All right, we're live. Hello, we're back. Welcome to Wellness
Yay.
Wednesday Conversations to Raise Vibrations. I'm sorry about last week. Um, my body needed to
Don't be
rest.
sorry. You weren't feeling well.
I was just I'm not, and I'm still not. It's funny. I'm still not 100%, but I wasn't missing
Mm,
another week. So
mm.
I'm so grateful to be here today, and I think I needed this as much as everybody else. So yay! I am Lisa Kelly,
Yay.
and as always, I'm joined by the beautiful Elvira Hopper. And yeah, today we have hopefully a real treat for you. We just talked about it for a brief couple seconds, but it kind of downloaded to me in this morning in my meditation, and I thought, somebody else probably needs this. It isn't just me, so why not share? So if you're watching
Mm.
this live, hello, Janet. Hello, it's so nice, and it was so nice to see your pictures on your beautiful trip. Janet says, I'm here not feeling 100% either. It totally
Yeah,
makes,
right?
like, if I'm going to cough, I apologize. But I'm glad I'm here. And if you're watching this later,
Yes.
please hit hashtag replay. And of course, jump over to our YouTube channel and hit like, share, and subscribe. We're so grateful that we're here. We really, really are. So hopefully we see
Yeah,
some more
yeah.
people jumping on too. Janet, I'm sorry
Oh.
you're not feeling well.
Mm.
I've been there for the last, I think today is day 9, although I'm feeling better and I can sit up. I'm, yeah, not 100%, but that's okay. It's all good. As
Oh,
my mom
sweetie.
said, my wise mother, this was just another layer in surrendering because I couldn't do anything.
Yeah,
And it was very
yeah.
interesting. So, we can talk about this too, but it's interesting when you're like this and you have no choice but to just sit and be with
Mm-hmm.
whatever up. Like I really had no choice. I didn't get out of bed,
Yeah.
and so it was really
Wow.
interesting to watch it. And
Wow.
you know, you read a lot of these. I'm reading a book called Broken Open, and it's beautiful to hear stories of people who have had cancer, horrible
Mm.
things, but they were
Mm.
able to sit with their illness, look at it, and give thanks to it for showing
Mm-hmm.
up in them. And so I was doing the same thing to this. My mom kept saying, "Give it
Wow.
thanks for this virus. Thank you for showing up." And I was
Your
like,
mama is so wise. Oh my God.
it's not
Yeah.
something you want to do, but there's a reason it's happening for me. So
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
is it that I need to learn from
It's a
it? So I
teacher.
was yeah, and I was
It's
really trying
teaching
to
the teacher. It's teaching the teacher.
it really was. And I was really, and of course, when we have these things, the universe is telling you to slow down, stop, do whatever, right? And so I was really trying to honor that and do my work while I was sick. So it was interesting. Anyways, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're
So
amazing. You're amazing.
oh, thank you,
You're
thank
amazing
you.
that you're hearing you're not 100%, and I that just speaks to who you are, Lisa, and, thank you. Thank you
I just hope
for
I don't
showing up.
talk the whole thing. So you might do more of the talking, but that's okay. Oh
I
my
don't know if
goodness.
I can, but this is definitely an important topic that you downloaded today, and we need to speak to it. And if there's time left, I always bring the Oracle deck, just to see if Spirit has something else to share with us. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I
let's
love
do
it.
it.
I love it. Well, this morning I was in meditation, and it just sort of it just, like, one of those things that hits you like right over the head. It was more one of those things like, ah, you haven't forgiven yourself for what's
Mm,
going on in your life, because I'm still working through the surrender piece and what's happening in my life. And then all of a sudden it dawned on me, I have some work on forgiveness. And we always talk about forgiveness, forgiveness of others, but what about forgiveness of the self, right? We think
mm,
that where I am right now, I think I should be further along. We should on ourselves. I should be here. I should be there. Oh, I shouldn't have left teaching. That was crazy. You were crazy. And
mm,
it's the first time I'm verbalizing this out loud and saying that I feel like that. So I think that's a big recognition. Um, I also think that I need to forgive myself. I need to
Yeah.
just forgive myself because everything happened exactly the way it was meant to go. And I need to stop shooting on myself. And I just thought this is a really important topic because how many other people don't forgive themselves? We're so busy looking at, we want to forgive
Yeah.
others around us and bring love and light. But what about ourselves? How do you, well, I don't know. How are you feeling about that?
Yeah, yeah. So what comes up for me when you say forgiving yourself? You know, one of the toughest times I ever experienced in my life was when I had, my story. I had a breakdown and then a breakthrough. And the breakthrough allowed me to become, as I like to say, aligned, authentic, and fully self expressed in my truth. And when I did that, I had not one, but two best friends of almost 40 years that I had to separate from because
Mhm.
they could no longer be in my inner circle. I didn't feel safe, seen, celebrated, and supported with these women.
Mhm.
And so that's why it's so important to me that our communities in the Love Your Vibe transformation are little incubators where everyone is safe, seen, celebrated, and supported because some people don't have that in their life, in their families, and they don't even have it within their friendships. But
Yeah.
I feel like that is an incubator for healing and growth to greatness because we're
Yeah.
all here to be great if we're witnessed in our authenticity, in our greatness. But those two people, I triggered them when I became a professional jazz singer at 51. I
Right.
get to be on world class jazz stages. Both of them were musicians as well. This is what I'm really
Okay.
thinking about right now. They were
Yeah.
musicians as well. I triggered them because it's like, who the hell are you to get professional? When one of
Right.
them was a child prodigy and the other one, they both played violin, which is interesting. One was a child prodigy with violin, the other one did it in high school. But it was as though, how dare she have the courage to get fully self expressed, where she has the courage to step on a world class stage? Who the hell is she? And that's
Right.
what caused a rip. That's how I felt anyway. I felt judged by them. I felt like I was being ridiculed, looked at sideways, like, oh yeah, whatever, and they were trying to diminish me because they were afraid that I was going to get too big for my britches, so to speak, which is actually the name of a play my friend Lisa Pizik wrote, which is amazing. She's on off Broadway right now, which is amazing, doing this play. And so when I didn't feel seen by these women, when I didn't feel safe, celebrated, and supported, when I basically sorry, my phone is doing something weird here. Sorry. I thought it was off. It is. Anyway, when I got on the jazz stage where I actually created my album and launched it, one of them didn't show up. The
Mm,
other one showed up and spoke to my mother the whole time. Both her and my mother could not see me on that stage.
right.
And it really took the wind out of my sails.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, this is not going to work. I have gone into another vibration of myself, my another iteration where I got to become fully self-expressed because I help others do it as well. I went from my inauthentic act 1 to my aligned, authentic, fully self-expressed act 2. This is who I coach today, right? This is part of my story. And I realized not everyone's meant to see us. Not everyone is meant to come along for the ride.
Yeah.
But it hurt. It hurt them. It hurt me. And I had to forgive myself for hurting them because I had to put them, as I like to say, in the farther circle
Yeah.
with love and light, or the funnier way of saying it, farther circle. I fought them with love and light. They used to be in my inner circle because they were my best friends for almost 40 years. we
Wow.
were we One was in grade 8 with me, one was in grade 10, and we went through everything together. And when I lived out of alignment, when I didn't know who I truly was, they were
Yeah.
always there, and they
Yeah.
didn't feel like I was more than them. They actually felt like they were more than me because I always had problems because I lived out of
Yeah.
alignment, so they got to be
Yeah.
the bigger people. And
Right.
when I had my rock bottom and my breakthrough, they no longer, like, it just upset the balance of the relationship
Yes.
And it hurt me for 2 solid years to feel judged by them, to feel not seen by them, to feel not celebrated by them. Here's me living my truth and my biggest self, and they don't even care because it triggered them. They projected onto me, like, who are
Yeah.
you? So
Yeah.
it did take a while to forgive myself for that, because
Oh,
I hurt them. I know I hurt them. And yet I had to save myself. And
yeah.
this is what happens. Sometimes you have to let people leave, and you have to forgive yourself for letting them leave, or allowing,
Yeah.
just choosing to back away from them, because we tried to talk it out. They just did not see on the same level. They could not understand spirituality. They could not understand personal development. They could not understand any of that. I wanted to bring them along, but it was futile. And
Mhm.
so the only person I could save was myself. And
Yeah.
once they left my life, amazing new people came in. People like Janet, people like
Yeah.
Eleanor and Jennifer, the people that have helped me to co-create the Live Your Vibe transformation. And honest to God, Lisa, I don't work a day in my life, and I still love those people. I love them from a safe distance. I haven't
Yeah.
talked to them in I don't know how many years. If one of them ever calls me and says, "Elvira, I need a kidney. Can you test to see if you're a candidate?" I would be in the hospital testing, because
Yeah.
I still love them. It's not like
Yeah.
I have any ill will towards them, but the fact that I had to choose me over those relationships where I had to stay small in a box for their comfort wasn't going to work. But I
Yeah.
still love them. If they need me, I'm going to be there. So yeah, that's my
Beautiful. I
story.
love it. I love it. Tori Joe says, I have been working on forgiveness and actually taking responsibility and becoming aware of how I can't control the awareness of others. I forgive me for what I didn't know. How
Yeah.
could I not forgive others for what they didn't understand?
Yeah.
So true, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And forgiving yourself for your own expectations of others. That's my hardest lesson so far. Yeah, you know
Yeah.
what? Janet says learning to forgive yourself is totally totally worth it. It is. I guess the question comes up when I was thinking about it this morning. I'm like, oh, okay. So forgive myself for leaving a job that I'm thinking now, geez, that money would be nice or the benefits would be nice. Like, you're crazy. And it was interesting to me while I was journaling about it, because when I left the job, everybody said, probably much like you, they said, wow, you're so courageous. Wow, you're so brave. Wow. And I never felt that at the time. I just felt, and I didn't feel excited. I was just sitting in neutral. I was like, oh, okay. It feels good not to have to go in. That's all I
Yeah.
knew. And almost like 5 years later, I'm starting to feel some things. It's very
Mm.
interesting. So, I just have to sit with it, I guess,
Yeah.
forgive myself because for thinking I should be, somewhere else when I'm
Mm.
the universe has brought me to this point for a reason. And I do believe it's like a pinnacle point. So I can,
Mm.
and I think forgiveness is part of the work here,
Yeah.
like you had to do with those girls and
Yeah.
yourself. And I think forgiveness is a big piece for all of us to understand, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't think I'm just talking about for those of you that are listening, I don't think that I'm talking about just saying, I'm sorry for the mundane. I think
Mhm.
it's deep, inner work, forgiveness for
Yeah.
what I didn't know, for what I thought should be. Does this make sense? Like, almost
Mm.
like, forgiveness for thinking I should be further along.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Well, I think I see it more as expectations. Like, you've released yourself from the expectations of, or you're doing your best to release yourself from the expectations of where you should be now.
Yeah.
Right? Shitting on
Yes.
yourself. And and so to forgive yourself for having expectations that you should be further along, and
Yeah.
just letting go and allowing, spirit to guide you to the next place. Like right now, I feel like, yeah, this is a very important part in your life, Lisa, because you've gotten physically sick because of something that was trying to
Yeah.
get your attention. And
Yes.
so now it's all going to make sense. It's all going to,
I love
unfold as
that.
it's meant to.
Yeah.
I'm not going to judge it. I invite you not to, but just always asking spirit, what am I meant to learn from this? Like just
Yes.
staying open for the answers. And I know you're so connected to spirit
Yeah.
that you can, but our ego selves, our human selves want to get involved. And that's just normal. It's normal. And yet when we're conscious of it, we can choose to trust and let go and
Yeah.
allow spirit to show us the next steps. Because when you are shown the next steps, Lisa, I do believe that you're not going to be sick, like metaphorically,
Yeah.
physically, right? You're not going to be stressed out so much because
Yes.
it's all going to make perfect sense, right? And
I agree.
remember, I'm year 11, you're like year 5, okay? So
Yeah.
at year 5, I think I was a mess, to be honest. I
Yeah.
think you're doing really, really great. So we're all on our journeys, and your journey is absolutely perfect for you because there's certain people that need to hear your story exactly as it is, your message. Doesn't have to be like this. You can be over here, and your magic. How did you
Yeah.
get there?
Yeah.
So you get to tell that. And my goodness, if you were working a day job, we wouldn't get your magic. And
No,
and
I would go away and hide. I know what I would
yeah,
do. And I know I
yeah,
was thinking about this too through all of it. If I was still working my day job, I would not be doing this, what I'm
yeah.
doing. And I would
No,
be coaching other women. And I would not, I know I wouldn't. I'd say,
no.
oh, that would be really nice. I'd love to do that, but I don't have time. I know me so
Yeah.
well. And
But you
so
wouldn't have the credibility to do it because it's like you're still working a day job. You're one of the courageous that left. And therefore, you inspire other women who are curious about what's next and you
yeah,
show them that it's possible. So
yeah,
you are a beacon of hope. You're a beacon of light. You're a lighthouse. I think Janet's probably laughing right now because her brand is Be the Light. She's lighthouse is her emblem, logo, whatever. But
nice.
you are a beacon of light. You are a beacon of hope because you show people what's possible for them because you were able to do it. You get to hold up the torch. I don't have a pencil here. Hang on, let me grab one. You get to hold up the torch and go, follow
Yeah,
me. I know
yeah,
the way. In
yeah,
fact, I have a shortcut. So
yeah,
hopefully women don't have to struggle for as long as you did.
yeah. Yeah, no, I feel that. I really do feel that.
Yeah.
It's just sitting with it, right? So
Yeah.
Janet says, interesting, I understand. It takes time for feelings to come out of our cells. The body stores all of our emotions. Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
100%. I deal with women, a lot of women that come to me have trauma, and I deal with a
Yeah.
lot of the trauma, and it is stored emotions at a
Hmm.
cellular level in our body. And so to
Yeah.
watch women let go of that trauma, and you can see it at the moment it happens, is just, oh my God, it's so
So
beautiful to watch.
gratifying. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and I feel like that's what's happening here too. And you mentioned, me getting sick for a reason. Yeah, I'm not new to this. I
Yeah.
know exactly
This
what
ain't your first rodeo.
I don't see the victim and, "Oh, poor
Yeah.
me."
Yeah.
No, I look at it and I go, "Oh, shit. Okay.
More
I
work to do.
Yeah, I know what's going on here. The stress in
Yeah.
my body. I put this stress on my body and here we go, right?"
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I get it. I totally, totally get it.
Yeah.
Um, I actually did laugh, I think, at a couple times while I was holding my head in bed.
That
Was
rhymes. Holding my head in bed.
right. I think I did laugh a couple times knowing full well that I brought this on with what I'm thinking and
Yeah.
yeah, 100%.
But
So
but look
again,
how
that's
brilliant. Look how brilliant that is, Lisa. Sorry to jump in. Like the
yeah,
old you would have never been so aware of that fact. I brought this on, right? Like
yeah,
and when you get that radically self-aware, you
yeah.
brought it on, you're going to undo it too.
Oh,
Your
yeah,
vibration, the work that you choose to do is going to undo it. And
yeah,
and that's huge. Most people are not self-aware like that. And they're
yeah,
like, oh, why did this happen to me? Right.
yeah.
Whereas you say, how is this happening for me?
Oh,
And
yeah,
that's not what you would have done. So literally you are one step ahead of your people who are
yeah,
still unconscious in the sense that they don't realize they're the powerful co-creators of their lives, and you
yeah,
get to show them what's
yeah.
possible.
I love it. So let's talk for a minute because I'm curious to hear everybody's thoughts on this. So plug it in the comments here when I ask this question. the question I journaled this morning, okay, so now we have this realization, and this is just isn't for me. I'm thinking of everybody. So now you have this realization of I need to forgive, and you had that realization of those women and yourself. Okay, now oh my gosh, I have to let them go and I have to forgive. The question then becomes, how do you do that? It's like when we
Mm,
talked about surrender on here. Okay, people say that to me all the time. Great. Well, how do you surrender? I have a client right now who says that to me. Okay, I know I have to, but how do you surrender? And it's like, how do you do that? How do you just
mm.
forgive yourself and move on? I'm curious to hear everybody's thoughts on that. What do you think, Elvira?
So for me, how do you surrender? Well, I was forced to surrender. I
And
was at rock
forgive.
bottom
Yeah, how did you forgive? Like, how did you begin that process of
of
forgiving
forgiving
yourself
them.
and
Yeah.
forgiving them? Yeah.
Forgiving myself. Yeah. So I think what happens is, at least in my journey, I stepped up more and more into who I truly was, and it felt better and better to be me, and I had less and less issues that
Mhm.
I realized, okay, I did the right thing. So I was able to forgive myself. I forgave them. I forgave them probably before I forgave myself,
That's
because I said,
always the thing. Yes.
yeah. And I feel like, they just did the best that they could from their state of consciousness. If they had known better, they would have done better. And the fact that, I triggered them, because they were like, well, I remember one of them saying to me, well, I don't know what to do for you anymore. I'm like, what to do for me? How about you just love me? Like, you're my best friend, right? But she was so busy always fixing my problems, listening to my issues. I think it just made her feel like, I think she had martyr energy, which
Right.
is about trying to fix other people's problems. So when I had no problems to fix, it was like, what do I do? What do I do for you? Well, how about you just love me? Anyway, so that's when I realized there was something that wasn't right. So when I was able to, put her in the farther circle, I started feeling better and better. And my business started taking off as well. And then the second person, and their friends, thank God they've got each other, because I'm sure they're saying horrible things behind my back, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't touch me. But it's like, yeah, they don't get what I went through. I had a breakdown, I had a breakthrough, and they don't understand that. That's not in their consciousness.
Right.
And so I think what happened is just being able to make that choice. And yes, it was awkward and it felt weird at first, but the more and more I stayed there and realized, my soul told me you did the right thing. I felt it in my body. You did the right thing. My business picked up when that second one left my life. My business took off in a shot.
Mhm.
What does that tell you? It
Mm.
tells you that I got into alignment with who I was so that
Yeah.
my clients could find me. And yeah, it took a bit of time before I was able to fully forgive myself, but I
Mhm.
knew I did the right thing. And
Mhm.
so I just grappled with that for a few years probably. And I think
Yeah.
people can do it faster because, if I did it and it took a long time, I'm just going to invite you to do it faster. Just hearing my
Yeah.
story, I hope it inspires you to see you can do it too. You don't have to
Yeah.
struggle as long as I did. But now it's like, I have such peace around them. I send them love, whenever I think of them. I hope they're well. And I've forgiven myself. I know I'm exactly where I'm meant to be.
Yeah.
Amazing new people have come into my life that are part of this miracle magnet movement that are helping me to build this beautiful, as my mentor AG says, epic empire,
Yeah.
because we're here to help people do their inner work of healing and growth and heart centered humans anyway. And it's not about any one of us. It's about our mission together. But
Yeah.
with those people in my inner circle, I would have never been able to do this mission. I would have felt like I had to stay small in a box.
Yeah.
And so yeah, so I think how do you do it is make the choice, and this is what my mentor AG says as well. Make the choice and then make the choice right. So make
Yeah.
a choice that feels right in the moment,
Yeah.
and then work on making that choice right. But
Yeah.
if it feels wrong, there's nothing wrong with going back and saying, I made the wrong choice. I'm going to make another choice, right? So you've got to listen to your body and your emotions and how you're showing up and your success in business, because that's what tells you whether you are on the right track, whether you're living in alignment. And if you're not, It's never too late to do a U-turn. So
Yeah.
so it's like, just make a choice and decide. And I decided those women did not belong in my inner circle anymore. So now I'm loving them from the far outer circle. And that choice felt good in my body. And so I don't know if I've answered the question,
No,
Lisa.
I
Does that
did.
make
I
sense?
love it. Yeah, no, I like hearing that, your perspective on it and your take on it. That was so beautiful. And the thing that was coming to me, that spirit was giving me as you were talking is, again, Lisa, there is nothing you need to do. Just your awareness to the situation is what
Mm,
is changes the vibrational energy that
yeah.
you're giving it anyways.
Yeah.
Just the awareness of it changes that, right?
Yeah.
Just your intention for something changes the energy behind
Yes.
it.
Yes.
That's what I'm feeling right now. So
I
just,
love it.
yeah, just
And your
my,
energy is different now. I pick up your energy. It's different with that aha that you just had. It's
yeah.
beautiful.
And even this morning when I was in meditation and that aha came to me, "Oh, you need to forgive yourself." Just even that awareness shifted things for me.
Nice.
And I always, my cousin is amazing. My cousin and I have talked about her on here, and she says to me, I say, "Oh, I should be, 10 steps ahead, and I haven't gotten as far as I want to be." And she said, "You have come so far. And look at where you were last year," and she'll name certain things. And I'm like, oh, yeah. We never take stock of that, right?
Yeah.
We're always so hard on ourselves. And I think
Yeah.
forgiveness allows us to be a little softer with ourselves.
Yes.
And just to even that awareness of what I just said, I felt that shift.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm 10 steps ahead than I was
Yay.
just for that awareness.
Yes.
Um,
Yes. I
Tori
love
Joseph,
that.
Ho'oponopono, and yes, I was just gonna Ho'oponopono is a huge
Yeah.
tool
Yeah.
for me for forgiveness,
For
yeah.
forgiveness. Yeah.
Ho'oponopono and other tools help change the old mindset. Then daily intention, yes, and surrounding yourself with people and things that support your happiness. Spiritual
Hmm.
help to begin with, but it is your connection with the energy of others around you, intention and daily commitment to your best self. And Janet,
Yeah.
awareness is always so huge. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really feel like that. If you can bring awareness
Yeah.
to what it is,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean, I think as humans, we're conditioned to do something, right? Set
Hmm. Hmm.
goals, we got to do something. We've got to, always be doing something. But in spirituality, in the universe, if we can just sit in awareness,
Yeah.
universe takes care of everything else.
Yeah. Yeah.
I,
Amen. Because you're trusting the universe. You're just like, okay, I'm aware. What do you want
yes,
to show me, universe? And awareness is power. And
yes,
and when you truly trust the universe speaks to you louder so you can hear it.
yeah,
And at the beginning, the universe was quite quiet. The universe is the sound of my soul, the sound of my higher self, right? We all have, our higher self connected to the universe, spirit, source, God,
yeah.
whatever you believe in. At the beginning, it's quiet, but as you trust it, it gets louder and louder. So much so that tonight I'm speaking at an event in Oakville,
I know.
this beautiful event. And I thought I was talking about one thing, but Spirit told me last night, woke me up at 3 a.m. and said, no, you're talking about this instead. And it came through, and I said, okay, I trust. So I'm going to show up, and they might be pissed off, the organizers, that I'm changing the title, but it's like, I just have to channel. I don't speak. I just channel what Spirit
Yeah,
tells me to say. And I
yes,
know that tonight is going to be powerful because it's not me talking up there, and I'm just getting the downloads. And as I speak, I don't even know what I'm going to say as I start to speak, but Spirit gives me the right things to say.
I love
And that's how much I trust. I trust Spirit. And I know that the more I trust, the louder that voice gets. And the awareness is power, and allowing Spirit to show you what's next.
I
Show
love
me
it.
what's next.
It's so beautiful. I love it, and I so wish I could come tonight.
Oh.
It's on my calendar to go,
No,
and
no, you take care of you. You take care of you.
I need
I
to.
think it might get recorded, and I'll share it with you. Yeah.
Oh, I just wanted to be there live though,
Yeah.
to hear you
Oh,
speak,
I
and
know. I
I
know.
really did, and,
You're there in spirit, Lisa. I'm so grateful.
everything has been this whole week, I've canceled every evening thing I've had, so, by about 2 o'clock, I'm good to up until about 2, and then I'm like, my body's like, okay, time to take a break. So,
Mm.
but yes, record it because I would love to, and we will all be with you in spirit.
Oh, thank you.
Because
Send me
you are
love, please. Yes.
such a believer. So anybody who's there is going to be so blessed
Oh,
to be there with you. Yeah,
thank
100.
you. Thank you, Lisa. Love
Yeah.
you so much.
Well, I can't. We are at time already. I can't believe how fast this time
Right?
goes. I know it's crazy, but I think really good topic. I think, I clearly wasn't the only one who needed this, so I'm so grateful that we were able to, just come on and talk about things authentically. That's what I just love. And
Yeah.
again, shine the light for somebody else, that we can help somebody else through these conversations. So
Yeah.
I'm so blessed to be here with you and to know you. And I'm so blessed that all of our, beautiful people, Tori Joe, Janet, and whoever else was able to join us. We're so grateful for you,
Thank
for
you.
taking your time to jump on with us. So yes, if you end up watching this later, please hit hashtag replay and let us know what you do and how you forgive yourself. Maybe you have a
Yeah.
special tool that you use. Like we're very curious in that. And if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, same thing. Please let us know what you are doing to forgive yourself, because I think that's a daily exercise that we could all use, right? With
Yeah.
things that pop up, just forgiving ourselves. So yes, until next week, we will see you later. We love
Yeah.
you, and we'll
Love
talk
you,
soon.
Lisa. Love everyone.
Bye.
Mwah.
3, 2,